Let's talk about the business of defense. The companies building planes, ships, missiles, and high-tech gear that keep nations secure. These aren't just any companies. They're the backbone of national security, working behind the scenes to develop the technology and equipment that shape the balance of power around the world. From stealth bombers to advanced radar systems, their innovations are critical to a country's safety and influence. This industry usually operates in the background, but as we enter 2026, it's front and center. Headlines are dominated by stories of new defense contracts, international partnerships, and the race to develop next-generation military technology. Global tensions are high, and governments everywhere are ramping up their defenses. From Europe to Asia, leaders are reassessing their military strategies and investing heavily in security. That means big money is flowing into aerospace and defense stocks, impossible for investors to ignore. The sector is seeing record inflows as investors look for stability and growth in uncertain times. The world feels less stable than it has in decades, with shifting alliances and new conflicts. Every week brings new developments that can impact global security and the companies that support it. When uncertainty rises, governments predictably boost military spending. Defense budgets are being reviewed and expanded, with a focus on both traditional and emerging threats. That translates into massive orders for defense companies. Contracts for new equipment, upgrades, and research are pouring in, fueling growth across the industry. This isn't a short-term trend, it's a generational shift. The world is entering a new era of defense spending and innovation, with long-term implications for economies and geopolitics. International instability, rising defense budgets, and a technological arms race are converging. Nations are competing not just for military might, but for technological superiority. It's not just about tanks anymore. It's AI, drones, and laser weapons. The future of defense is digital, autonomous, and more advanced than ever before. We'll connect the dots between global headlines and the surging defense sector. Understanding these trends is key for anyone interested in the markets or world affairs. This is your guide to one of 2026's biggest economic and geopolitical stories. The defense sector is shaping the future, and its impact is being felt far beyond the battlefield. Let's dive in and see why defense stocks are commanding so much attention, and what it could mean for investors, governments, and the world at large. To understand 2026, look back at 2025, a blockbuster year for aerospace and defense. While other sectors struggled, defense stocks soared. GE Aerospace jumped 87%, RTX climbed 60%. These are industrial giants, not startups. Even during market sell-offs, defense stocks held strong. Investors see more than short-term gains. They see a durable, long-term trend. 2025 wasn't a peak, but a new base for further growth. The drivers? Clear global friction points, from Ukraine to the South China Sea. Real-world conflicts have every defense ministry rethinking readiness. Every drone attack or missile strike is a live ad for defense contractors. The seeds planted last year, budgets, contracts, realignments, are set to bear fruit. Analysts agree. As long as the world is tense, demand for defense will stay high. 2025's stellar performance was the market waking up to this new reality. Global instability is the engine driving defense spending. The Ukraine conflict shattered assumptions about European security. Modern warfare's appetite for munitions and equipment forced a policy rethink across Europe. In the Indo-Pacific, China's assertiveness has neighbors scrambling to modernize. Every show of force triggers new defense spending somewhere. NATO's old debates about spending targets are over. Now it's about how fast and how much to increase. Even a 1% GDP increase in defense spending means tens of billions more each year. When one country invests in new jets, rivals respond with their own upgrades. This action-reaction cycle is global, not just regional. Demand isn't just from countries in conflict, but from those trying to keep up. The result: a self-reinforcing boom for the defense industry. Anxiety is fueling unprecedented growth. When tensions rise, governments open their wallets, sometimes faster than anyone expects. The world's most powerful nations know that security comes at a price, and in times of crisis, that price tag only grows. The U.S. defense budget for 2026 has topped $1 trillion, a staggering figure that dwarfs the military spending of any other country. This isn't just a number on a spreadsheet, it's a reflection of priorities, anxieties, and the scale of modern threats. That $1 trillion is a shopping list for next-gen aircraft, advanced warships, armored vehicles, and crucially, munitions. Each dollar is earmarked for technology and firepower, designed to maintain an edge on the battlefield. Recent conflicts have exposed a critical vulnerability. Stockpiles of missiles and shells are running dangerously low, especially in high-intensity wars where consumption rates are off the charts. In Ukraine, for example, 7 years' worth of Javelin and Stinger missiles were used up in just 1 year, highlighting the immense demand and the strain on supply chains. Israel's Iron Dome fired nearly 100 Patriot missiles in some months, almost an entire national stockpile, depleted in a matter of weeks, forcing urgent resupply efforts. The urgent need now is not just to replace what's been used, but to massively expand production capacity, building more, faster, and smarter than ever before. Defense companies are responding by ramping up operations, opening new factories, hiring thousands of skilled workers, and signing long-term contracts that guarantee years of steady work. Production rates for key systems are set to double, triple, or even quadruple, as the industry shifts into high gear to meet unprecedented demand. For giants like Lockheed Martin, RTX, and Northrop Grumman, this means not just predictable revenue, but booming profits and a surge in market influence. The government's checkbook is wide open, fueling a new era of defense spending and industrial growth. The defense industry is ready to deliver, faster, bigger, and more prepared than ever before. Today's defense surge isn't just about more old hardware, it's about new warfare. Drones, from cheap quadcopters to advanced UAVs, are changing tactics and forcing innovation. The challenge: defending against swarms of cheap drones without breaking the bank. This has sparked a race for affordable counter-drone tech, microwaves, advanced sensors, and more. Meanwhile, missile stockpiles must be replenished and upgraded. Hypersonic missiles, faster, smarter, harder to stop, are a top priority. The US, China, and Russia are locked in fierce competition. Companies making munitions, drones, and counter-drone systems are set for years of growth. It's a full-scale modernization effort, moving at breakneck speed. The future of defense is here. Think lasers and AI, not just bullets and bombs. Directed energy weapons, like lasers, are moving from sci-fi to reality. Lasers offer cheap, precise defense against drones and rockets. Each shot costs pennies. Israel's Iron Beam is a real-world example, and companies in this space are booming. AI is revolutionizing everything, from analyzing intelligence to guiding missiles and piloting drones. Modern AI reduces the burden on soldiers, making militaries faster and smarter. Companies like Palantir are building the software brains behind these systems. AI is now in missiles, jets, and command networks. The military that best harnesses AI and directed energy will dominate. The gold rush for defense tech talent is on. GPS guides everything from missiles to delivery trucks, but it's now a battlefield vulnerability. Adversaries are jamming and spoofing GPS, forcing a race for alternatives. The Pentagon is investing in PNT, positioning, navigation, and timing, for GPS-denied environments. Solutions include star tracking cameras, magnetic navigation, and advanced inertial sensors. Space is now a warfighting domain, with satellites needing to defend themselves. The weaponization of space and the electromagnetic spectrum is creating new opportunities. Aerospace startups and giants alike are racing to secure this new frontier. IPOs from companies like SpaceX and Anduril are on the horizon. The battle for control of space and signals is reshaping defense investment. Big change means big deals. Defense is seeing a wave of mergers and acquisitions. The industry is in the midst of a historic transformation, as companies look to adapt to new threats, technologies, and global competition. Every handshake and signed contract signals a shift in the balance of power, with firms racing to secure their place in the future of defense. Top-tier giants are expensive, but smaller specialized firms are prime targets. These nimble innovators often possess unique technologies or expertise that larger companies need to stay ahead. As a result, the hunt for acquisition targets is more competitive than ever. Many of these companies are sole-source suppliers with deep moats, making them irresistible to buyers. Their products are critical, their customer relationships are long-standing, and their know-how is hard to replicate. Larger firms want to expand capabilities and secure supply chains, and buying is faster than building. Acquisitions allow them to quickly integrate new technologies, talent and production capacity, reducing risk and accelerating innovation. Falling interest rates make borrowing for acquisitions cheaper. With the cost of capital at historic lows, companies are seizing the opportunity to finance big deals and outbid rivals. The result: a perfect storm for deal-making in 2026. The pace of consolidation is accelerating, and the stakes have never been higher. Creative financial moves, like splitting up companies to unlock value, are on the rise. Firms are rethinking their structures, spinning off divisions, and streamlining operations to maximize returns. Activist investors and private equity are reshaping the sector. Their influence is pushing companies to become more agile, more focused, and more profitable. Expect new titans to emerge as the industry consolidates. The names leading tomorrow's defense landscape may be different from those we know today. M&A isn't just about size, it's about specialization and strategic advantage. The winners will be those who can combine scale with cutting-edge expertise and adapt quickly to change. The corporate battlefield is as dynamic as the technological one. Every move counts, and the competition is relentless. Shareholders stand to benefit from this wave of transformation. As companies grow stronger and more efficient, returns are poised to rise. The defense sector is being remade before our eyes, ushering in a new era of innovation, competition, and opportunity. Let's tie it all together. Global instability is driving a defense boom. Trillions in government spending, long-term contracts, and surging stock prices. The need to replenish and modernize arsenals is urgent and ongoing. Tech revolutions in AI, lasers, and space are creating new markets and new leaders. Mergers and acquisitions are reshaping the industry's landscape. The defense sector's momentum isn't a blip. It's a long-term cycle. For investors, the themes are clear: munitions, next-gen tech, and corporate consolidation. This boom reflects a world where peace can't be taken for granted. The economic consequences are massive, even if the reasons are sobering. For those watching closely, defense is the sector to watch in 2026.